Welcome back to another episode of a Mindful Bliss podcast. So today we're going to be talking about something that I feel really passionate about. I feel passionate about all of the topics that we're going to be covering and that I have covered. I love doing this podcast, but I digress. So today we're really going to be talking about the difference between burnout and nervous system dysregulation. What if you're not actually burned out, but just your nervous system is completely dysregulated? In this episode, we're shifting the narrative around exhaustion, overwhelm, and doing too much because the truth is most women aren't failing at life. This is men included, but most of my audience is women. So most of us, we're not failing at life. Our bodies are just stuck in survival mode. We're not healing properly. We're constantly overstimulated because there's so much to look at, so much to do. We constantly feel like we can't catch up in life because the moment our bodies catch up, it's constantly on like the next thing. I was reading this study once that was talking about how one of the reasons why we're constantly overstimulated is because we are advancing so quickly in technology that by the time our bodies even catch up, we've already been on the third or fourth next thing. And so our bodies are so behind because we can't integrate these things fast enough. We can't possibly keep up with all these things. And so that's part of the problem. So today we're going to dive into what nervous system dysregulation actually looks like, how it impacts your hormones, your gut, your emotional well-being, and why you can't truly heal when your body doesn't feel safe. So if you've been feeling constantly on edge or overstimulated, exhausted, but unable to rest, this episode will help you understand why and what to do about it. So a lot of us have been going to like the doctor even and being like, something is wrong. And they're like, but your labs look great. But we know deep down something is wrong. That's part of this is we are all more than capable of healing and bringing ourselves back into alignment. But we have to actually remember how to do that healing first. Let me just say something that might completely change the way that you see your life right now. You're not burned out, you're dysregulated. And that matters because burnout makes it feel like your life is the problem. But dysregulation means your nervous system hasn't felt safe in a really long time. So on a lot of clients that I work on, it's the sacral and the root that is so out of balance and so out of whack because you're not feeling safe, you're not feeling grounded, you're not feeling secure in your surroundings. And so although a lot of us are burnt out, I will not underestimate that. There is so much burnout, especially in women and men. I mean, we're all feeling it. Honestly, I shouldn't even generalize it because women are constantly feeling burnt out because we're balancing households. A lot of us are working, but even if you're not working, you're running a full-time job 24/7 that never gets a break. And if you are working, you're going from like work to coming home and you don't ever get to calm down. You're turning a blessing of your life and the freedom to live and having children and the beauty in that. And it's being turned into something that is like, I have to do this, or I can't because of my kids and things like that. Like we're turning this blessing that we love and we're so grateful into something that is exhausting. And so I won't underestimate burnout, but there is a difference. And most of us are feeling burnt out because our nervous system is dysregulated. So by learning how to regulate your nervous system, that burnout feeling will feel so much less and so much better. So we're going to talk about that. But first we're going to start with the mislabeling of burnout. We throw around the word burnout all the time. It is the hype in the healing world and the mental health world, right? I'm burned out from work. I'm burned out from motherhood. I'm burned out from everything. But what if it's not that you're doing too much and that it's your body never gets to come out of survival mode? You're answering texts while making dinner. You're thinking about tomorrow before today is even over. You're carrying emotional weight that isn't even yours. You're running on caffeine and stress and pushing through. And that's not just a lot. That's nervous system exhaustion. that you haven't had a moment to exhale. And so a lot of the times it's a very similar feeling between burnout and nervous system dysregulation. And so we're going to talk about like, what does dysregulation actually feel like? Because the words are not they're just, it's like the biggest hype. It's like people get this is the trend, this is the hype, and then they just like go for it without actually looking into it and looking at like, how can we come out of this mode and this zone? So dysregulation doesn't always look chaotic. Sometimes it looks like being exhausted but unable to rest, waking up and just feeling so tired still, like you didn't get a good night of sleep. Sometimes it looks like snapping at your kids or your partner and then feeling guilty about it, or brain fog or forgetfulness, or anxiety that lives in your chest and your stomach, hormone imbalances that just don't make sense, digestive issues, bloating, inflammation, or feeling overstimulated by noise or touch or people. Like, I can't tell you how many times I said, I'm out-touched, don't touch me. Especially when my kids were super, super, super little. And that was just like, it was nervous system dysregulation. And here's the thing, so many people are high functioning in dysregulation. You're getting everything done, but inside your body is screaming for safety. So the reason why it matters is when your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight mode, your body prioritizes survival over healing. Your liver cannot possibly detox the way that it's supposed to detox toxins if your nervous system is swollen and overstimulated. And so what that turns out to be is it turns out to be illness and disease, and your body starts shutting down because your liver cannot function because you are overstimulated and you are dysregulated. And so that's when it's like, oh my gosh, it's my thyroid, it's my hormones, it's all of it, you guys, it's all of it. When you're in fight or flight mode, your digestion slows down. Your hormones become imbalanced. Again, your body prioritizes survival over healing. Your body holds on to the weight because it can't possibly detox it. If it's so swollen and overstimulated, it doesn't know what to do. It doesn't feel safe to let go. Your inflammation increases and your energy field becomes chaotic and depleted. And so this is why you can be eating healthy, taking supplements, and doing all the right things and still not feeling better. Because healing doesn't happen in survival mode. You can gain a ton of weight out of nowhere without changing anything. Your nervous system is dysregulated. You're not taking care of the things that are imbalanced. And this is why we do a lot of emotional healing, a lot of energy healing, along with breath work and trauma work and shadow work. And just, I like to teach you. I don't want you to be a client forever. I want you to come to my monthly classes because it's a maintenance for you and you enjoy the community. I don't want you to be coming because you just can't heal and you need me to heal. No, I want to teach you how to do that. I want to teach you all of the things that actually work for you to be able to do it on your own, right? We live in a world where it's like, I want you to continue coming to me forever and ever and ever. And that's just, no, we need to empower our people again. We need to call back our power and be like, we can heal, we can do this. And you don't need to escape your life. This is where I want to shift something really important. You don't need to run away from your life to feel better. You don't need to teach your body how to feel safe inside your life. Because most of us, it's not realistic to quit everything, remove all stress, go live off the grid, even though that sounds really nice and I would love to do that. Regulation happens in the small moments. And if you're a parent, your children are learning all of this. And so what they're doing when they're overstimulated is they're going to shut down just like you are and start scrolling. That need and that instant instinct to start scrolling is nervous system shutting down because of dysregulation, which feels like burnout. But there is a difference. So here's where we start to shift, because I don't want this episode to be really long. And I could talk about this all day. I want to talk about how to shift regulating your nervous system. Simple, grounded, doable, within reach. The first thing is to slow your transitions. We have to stop jumping. Well, we don't have to do anything, but I encourage you to look at not jumping from one task to another without a pause. Even 30 seconds matters. Oftentimes we're scrolling while we're cooking dinner, or responding to texts while we're cooking dinner. We're doing 100 different things while we're doing other things, and our body cannot process all of those things, right? Even if you're the best multitasker in the world, it's not working. Number 2 is to breathe with intention. Inhale through the nose. Slowly exhale through your mouth. Letting your body feel the exhale. When you exhale through your mouth, you're forcing even more out in order to create more space for things coming in and for fresh energy coming in. Taking a deep breath matters. So many of us are breathing out of our mouth. We are not taking full deep breaths, and we see that as normal. That is not normal. That is not normal. We need to be breathing. Breath is honestly the answer to almost everything. Because again, nervous system dysregulation, regulating it with the breath, breathing is free. Breath is so important. If you don't believe me, go get the book Breath by James something. It's got like dots all over the book. It's a really good book. All right, number 3 is to reduce overstimulation. Less noise, less scrolling, less input. Your body needs space, even if it's just an hour before bed of no screens, no phone, leaving your phone downstairs, outside of the bedroom when you're sleeping. That is a really, really, really important one that can just tremendously shift things overnight. Taking a few deep breaths before bed, maybe even some gentle stretching, will help so much. And I promise you, you will wake up feeling really good if you start incorporating those kind of things. Your body needs space. Maybe add some pause time where you just lay outside and enjoy the grass and the sun and the wind and the birds. It matters, and it makes a tremendous shift and help. 4, get into your body. Walk barefoot, stretch, shake, sit in the sun. Regulation is physical, not just mental. It's taking time of just pausing and connecting with the earth. We are living in a society where we are disconnecting from the earth and from nature, and it is bizarre that a lot of people don't understand the importance of connecting with nature. Nature heals. It is so important to just walk around barefoot, connect with your surroundings, hug a tree, sit under a tree, listen to the birds, and just enjoy what's outside. Go to a state park, a national park. So, 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 so important. 5, support your body holistically. This is where deeper work comes in. Gut health, herbal support, energy healing, bile well scans, all the different things. Find some classes. I personally host a monthly sound bath and Reiki session, $44 instead of the $125. They are around you. You can find them. Prioritize those things, because your body holds on to everything. And the deeper truth is that you're not weak. You're not failing. You're not bad at handling life. You've just been living in a state your body was never meant to stay in for that long. And your body isn't betraying you. It's asking you to come back to it, to remember how to heal, to call back your power. When you get sick, maybe instead of going to the doctor right away, look up some natural remedies that you can start doing. Start thinking about shifting your lifestyle and your diet, because your food is powering your body and really transitioning to a lot of these more important things. So if you've been feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, reactive, and disconnected, I want you to pause and ask yourself, do I actually need to change my life, or do I need to support my nervous system? Teach your children this. Start to do some of these things as a family and notice a huge shift with all of you. Our kids more than ever need this stuff these days. And the answer changes everything of do I need to change my life, or do I need to support my nervous system? Changes everything what the answer is. Listen to it. If this resonated with you, I'd love to support you deeper. whether that's through my naturopathic consults, BioWell scans, or just energy healing sessions, or the monthly sound bath that I host here. I do virtual energy healing sessions as well. And if you're not local to North Carolina, find someone that is, find someone that feels good, or go online and look up apps like Insight Timer or Calm, or even on YouTube of relaxing yoga nidras. 30 minutes or 45 minutes of a yoga nidra is equivalent to 4 hours of deep sleep, you guys. It is so restorative, and you don't even have to follow it or focus on it. You can just be and enjoy it and still get the benefits of it. And if this episode resonated with you, share it with someone, please, because that is how more people find me and more people find this type of healing. And this is the work I do every single day, helping people come into balance and safety and into their practice. So thank you so much for listening and being here today, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.